Right, so we are cutting across to the live visuals from Rome. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached the airport. So after G20 Summit, PM Modi is all set to go to Glasgow in UK to attend the much awaited COP26 Summit, which has already kicked off in Glasgow. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached the airport. He'll travel to Glasgow now after 2 days, attending 2 days of G20 Summit in Rome, Italy. And talking about Glasgow COP26 Summit, countries have gathered to deliberate on climate action and mitigation of global warming. So in total, 30,000 delegates and leaders from more than 100 countries are participating in the climate summit. It's around 7 o'clock in the evening at Rome. It's 7:10 to be exact in Rome, and PM Modi will reach around 3 a.m. Indian Standard Time in Glasgow, UK to attend the COP26 climate summit. We also have bilateral talks with his British counterpart Boris Johnson on the sidelines of the UN meet. There you go, Prime Minister Narendra Modi getting down from his car at the airport. He'll fly to Scotland from Italy for the second leg of his European tour, which began on Friday. He attended 2-day summit, G20 Summit in Italy, Rome on 30th and 31st October. He also had fruitful talks in the bilateral meetings with different leaders, and addressing the first session of the G20 Summit in Rome, global economy and global health. He spoke about the need for a collaborative approach to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, covering scientific communities and the governments. PM just a short while ago tweeted also, he said, and I quote, "Leaving for Glasgow after a fruitful G20 summit in Rome, and during the summit we were able to have elaborate deliberations on issues of global importance such as fighting the pandemic, improving health infrastructure, boosting economic cooperation and furthering innovation." There you go. PM Narendra Modi has boarded the flight now and all set to go to Glasgow in UK, and he'll reach UK around 3 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, like we said earlier, he'll reach around 3 a.m. Indian Standard Time for COP26 climate summit, and also bilateral talks with his British counterpart Boris Johnson on the sidelines of the UN meet. So we'll keep you updated as and when Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaches Scotland, UK. We'll come back again, but as of now, that's it we have, and we'll have an elaborated story in the subsequent bulletins. But again, talking about the COP26 summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will reach in some time, in 3 hours from now, and he will join more than 120 heads of governments and heads of state at the World Leaders Summit of the 26th Conference of Parties, that is COP26, to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change at the Scottish event campus, a designated UN zone for the global summit. And during his 3-day UK visit until Tuesday, PM Modi is listed to address the COP26 summit with a national statement about India's climate action plan. So we are again showing you the visuals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he's traveling to UK, Glasgow now, and we are showing you the visual from the airport in Rome, Italy, where he attended the 2 days G20 summit on 30th and 31st October. Is all set to go to Glasgow to attend the much awaited COP26 summit, which has already kicked off in Glasgow. Many countries have gathered to deliberate on the climate action and mitigation of the global warming. In total, 30,000 delegates and leaders from more than 100 countries are participating in the COP26 Climate Summit. So, this is his second leg of the European tour. He attended 2 days G20 Summit in Italy, Rome on 30th and 31st October, and he was in Rome for 2 days. Also had fruitful talks in the bilateral meetings with different leaders. And addressing the first session of the G20 Summit in Rome, which was global economy and global health, he spoke about the need for collaborative approach to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, covering scientific communities and the governments. PM spoke for the resilient global supply chains, I should say, and mentioned India's bold economic reforms and lowering of the cost of doing business in India. He also attended second day sessions of the G20 summits in Rome. Climate change, environment and sustainable development dominated the agenda of the summit, and he also had several bilateral meets too. Like we mentioned, he also met the Prime Minister of Singapore and Prime Minister of Spain also, and talking about his bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of Spain. Both leaders had fruitful talks on ways to deepen ties between India and Spain, and that two nations are cooperating extensively in areas such as trade, energy, innovation and more. And he also attended a session on sustainable development and an event on supply chain resilience. So, the PM, talking about the PM, he also brought out the fact that despite the challenges of the pandemic, India continued to be a trusted partner in the context of reliable supply chains. And talking about the intervention, in his intervention at the summit of the leaders of the world's 20 largest economy, PM Modi highlighted India's contribution to fight against COVID-19, the challenges that they face, including provision of medical supplies to more than 150 countries, and the outlined the country's vision of one earth and one health.